All right, our students, welcome back to the drawing table. Today we're going to do another draw along, and this time we're going to do Wolverine. Now, I chose this position. It's a toy, first of all. It's an action figure, very expensive action figure. So if anybody says, where can you get it from? You'd have to get the original one if you wanted it to stay together. If not, you can go on Amazon and look up Wolverine figure. This is super, super articulated. So super articulated, it does stuff that the body cannot do. So that's one of the things about these particular figures. They are extremely dramatically posable. So posable that it's not really right. But anyway, I had from my last video, draw along video, I had a comment from Stephen Bell. And in one of my videos, I asked, what do you want to do with your talent? You have all this talent. What do you want to do with it? And he said that basically he said he could draw what he sees already. I can draw what I see already. He said basically what I'm trying to do is to find something different to draw or be able to draw something different. But everything he draws, somebody else already has. So if we're talking about anatomy poses, well, let's go back to something else. There's a saying that says there, I think it's biblical. It says there's nothing new under the sun. And to a point, I believe that is right. But what you can do is take something old and you can change it around a little bit to make it new-ish. But as far as a pose is, the only thing that you can do to a pose is find a different angle, because a handshake is a handshake. You just have to turn it from a different angle, that one you have not seen too many times. That's the only thing that you can do with the figure. And that's why I came out with my 360 drawing book. Yeah, shameless plug, I know, but that's exactly why I did this, because I wanted people to see the position from different angles so that you won't be stuck with that same, fly by or fly up punch or whatever. You can see it from, what it looks like from different angles in case you needed to draw from a different angle or you got tired of drawing that same thing. So this is on Amazon, as I say, shameless plug. And that's why I did the handbook, the 360 handbook, that shows you the hands from different angles. So I chose this picture because I wanted something basically different. As I said, I wanted to get a little foreshortening in there, some good perspective in there, and something that's really dramatic. So I saw this, and I said that would make for a good drawing, drawing lesson. So there's that word again. That's my word. So I'm gonna call this the Soul Drawing Channel. Let's get started with this. All right, right off the bat, let me say, I drew this already. I filmed this already, and as I was drawing this thing, I was seeing all the ways that a body could not turn, because I don't know what part I said it on, but these particular figures are made to be super duper articulated to where the body can't do some of the things that it does, but they made it that way so that you can put them in extreme poses. So as I said, I drew this once. I'm going to redraw this the way I would draw it, and not line for line as this is. I mean, it looks nice and actiony, but you got one shoulder up here, you got the other shoulder there, the head is down here, the neck is supposed to connect to that back, and it's not connecting somewhere. So if you really look at it, it's really, yeah. So I'm going to redo this in my style. So this is the first time you're getting to see it. Okay, and I said because I didn't want to say so. First of all, we're going to start off with the torso. This is your meat and potatoes right here, your torso. But looking at this, I'm trying to figure out how it goes. This is why I already have some marks in here, because I refilmed it. I filmed it the first time. So let me turn this off for the time being. We have this. We've got the center line. We've got your the mountain or the tunnel, whichever you want to choose. going right here at that center line. Your chest is going to be just above that. Your collarbone, his collarbone is, yeah, because it's a toy, the collarbones don't do what they're supposed to do. So realistically, if you try to draw this and you're drawing right, it wouldn't work out right. So I'm going to do, like I said, I'm just going to do this my way, the way I would draw if I was drawing this thing, because the arm's got to come up, the delt's got to come up right here. Then you have your arm, bicep, tricep. Hopefully you can see this. This is why I'm using a pencil. You're going to have that forearm, which is just going to be a circle, which I showed before. It's going to be this cone right here, basically. And you're going to have your back circle, your front circle. You're going to do your back circle, and because its cone is coming straight up at you, or that arm is coming back at you, your front circle is going to be probably like right here. So you're just going to see a little bit of that, and a lot of it's going to be covered up by the hand, which is what that was. So we're going to do this, but this is still rough. This is all rough and kind of light drawing. This is why I use a lot of lines. Some people can just go like that and just make one line. And if you can do that, you know, God bless you, but I can't do that. So as I was saying, this is when this arm goes up, this chest pulls. So the chest here is way down like that. And that's not going to cut it in the real world. So we have this other arm, which is back. So you're going to see that delt right here, which ties into that chest. And that chest is going to pull as well. Because for this hand to be right here, this arm has to go back, and this has to connect right there. I think we'd be able to get away with that. Let me put that head. And now I need that light again. Probably because I don't have my ceiling light on. Let's do that. That might make a difference. A little bit of a difference. But there's a glare, and this is why I don't really use pencil, because there's a lot of glare. You can't see it. You see perfectly. I'm seeing a lot of glare from this graphite pencil. Is that what is graphite? All right, so we have that. Then we're going to have the tuna can. So we say it's going to come down here. He is leaning over. And then it comes out here and goes down. So then we're going to put the upside down house. And if you notice, there's really no, they've got the belt on his hip. The belt should be like, or his waist. It's kind of like they took off his waist or something on it. The way it crinkled up, it wouldn't really work. I mean, for the toy it did, but yeah, realistically, because you have your love handles here and you have your love handle here. And then your stomach or your lower abs right here. And then you have to have some waist because your hip, because your leg is going to go somewhere. So we're going to have this. And I did this because this is how a lot of the toys go, in this big, deep horse stance, to widen the legs. But as I said, the first time I filmed it, it looks good. But I mean, in a battle, you could not move from a stance like that. You'd have to jump up to prepare yourself to attack. So yeah, I mean, it looks good on a toy or on paper, but realistically, it wouldn't work. So we got this here. That one here, man, I made it too big. I'm going to bring it in, angle it in a little bit more, so I can get that knee and that other part of the foot here. And then this one is going to be the same as this arm right here. You get your knee is going to go back. You're going to have that circle, that cone. Well, it's actually going down like that. That cone, like this. So you have that front circle, you have that back circle, and then you have that half a triangle for the foot. Triangle meaning like if I went all the way up and I did that, you'd have that triangle. So this is the knee. I'm going to end right here. I'm just trying to make that a little fatter. You have this circle for the calf, and then you have this straight line right there. So the same thing with this, you turn that into a wedge. If you see part of the side of the foot, you can turn that into a wedge. If you're seeing the front, you can just do like another half a triangle like this, like that. But if you're seeing part of the side of the foot, you want to turn that into a wedge. Like so. Yeah, where's that head at? That head is right here. Let me do red for that head. Because that neck has to connect. I don't care. It has to connect to that thing, to that right underneath that collarbone. And that's going to be covered up by his little thing. He's looking down and he has his mouth open, so you're going to have to extend that chin a little bit more. Put that nose about right here, and then give him that open mouth. Extend that chin even more, or bring that eye closer to that nose, or nose closer to that eye. I had to get close. I'm sorry. You see the top of my head. I had to get close. And what is that? Now I can shorten the legs up, stopping and just kind of like for a second, I can shorten the legs up. I'm used to drawing tall people, and Wolverine is actually short. And I think this figure they made it short. He's thick, but he's short. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to curve this a little bit more. Stop with the red. This is fine. This comes in. This is fine. This is fine because, yeah, he's got to have balance, so that hip has to go out. I can shorten. Because another thing, he have his belt like on his butt. You know, if his butt is like back here, the belt is drooping. So this is where your belly button is going to go at right here. So I'm going to put this belt here and here. And like I say, he has no hip. I gotta give him a little hip because the love handle is here and it goes down here. Gotta do it. And then I was shorten his legs a lot. As I said, I'm not going to try to draw it their way. I'm going to try to draw it my way because I tried to draw it their way the first time. Didn't work out. It was just, I just couldn't do it. It wasn't right. All right, shorten the legs about right here. That needs to go like this. Shorten the legs, knee, and then that continues to go this way. Shorten that too. This, as I say, is the knee's gonna stop right here. You have that front circle going to that back circle, and then that half of triangle. Here again, you have that wedge. So you can just do half a triangle again, and then the front of the foot, bring it up and tilt this back. Or if it's straight, then you just have to straight half triangle. But if it's going back, you have to tilt it back. Like so, he is a little shorter, just a little shorter. And a lot of these lines are going to get covered up by his costume. Looking at mine is still tall, but as I said, this leg is good. This would have to be higher. Since I'm doing it, might as well give it a shot. Might as well go for it. Give him a horse stance. Still shorter because if you follow that line all the way around, it makes it kind of easier to follow it. But that foot is going back down again to the same spot. But I'm going to keep it. Make his legs a little thicker because he is Wolverine. That knee is going to end right here, and that other foot is going to go down. I can shorten this and shorten that to make it look like it's going back more. And then this hand, that arm has got to go back and it has to connect with that. And I'm saying that because I have my thumb here, but that thumb is out under the chin, but that chin is also way out over that chest, which that neck, he would have to stretch his neck. And that's what I'm saying. The first time I did it, it just did not, it didn't pan out. So I'm going to do it more realistic style. And I'm going to leave that hand like that. So we've got this here, the forearm. Then we've got the hand, and the hand, as I showed you here, if you can see that red, it's more of a kind of a square shape. Because you have the palm, you have the center, you're splitting that hand. I don't know why I can't do it now. All right, so we have this curving around, and we have this coming up. There it is. We're going to have this first finger up and down. So what I do is I just draw that piece and up. Second one is bent, so I'm going to draw the bent part, and it's got to curve around. It's going to curve around. See how this curves around? however you put your fingers, you're gonna always have that curve that goes around. You know, even here, you're gonna have that curve that goes around. It's just easier. So once you see that and all of that, it's easier to draw. So I'm gonna have the second one. I'm just gonna put this little square here. Third one comes down, so I'm gonna put this little square here. And this one comes like way down, so I'm gonna put that here. So then you just draw what's behind your bent finger, and since you can't see that, then you won't have to draw it. So this is gonna come out, this is gonna come over, and then you're gonna bend that too. Like so. And then this one is just basically flipped up. So you have this flipped up. You're gonna have that thumb coming out here. However you would put his thumb. For now, I'll just do it like this. You're gonna have that one finger coming out. Second one, third, and that fourth one. Then you can put the pieces together. Two, this goes up and in. And you can do this, use the round, but eventually, because they bend like that, they square off. And as I was doing my 360 handbook, I kind of realized that. I'm like, oh, the fingers are more square than they are round. And all of this is subject to change because this is a really quick drawing. Because as I said, I just finished that other video. I finished the whole thing. And as I was inking it, I was looking at it. I was like, no, you cannot put that up. So your bicep is going to be here. Your tricep is going to up under here. And then come out and connect with that forearm. I'm going to bend my bicep in a little bit more. And this should go around. This should actually, in his costume, I'd have to look up his costume and see actually how it looks. Because he is really twisted here. The chest has to go down. So from like right where your side is to your neck, you're going to have your serratus muscles or serratus muscles, and they're shaped like that pretty much because it was named after the knife, the serrated edge knife, and that's why they call it the serratus muscles. But 2, 3, 4, 5, you only see like 5. And under that, after that is your lats. And that's all muscle, so you won't see any ribs or anything in there. Maybe a vein or something if somebody's just that, strong, or that muscular. Let me say you have your glove handles, obliques, and you have your abs, and your abs are going to come down. So right here, you're going to have a lot of shadow. So we've got this coming in, and then this one coming out, and then coming down. But this is not an app tutorial. This is just a draw along. So I gave the belt, I put the belt around. Symbol, and I do know he has those little pocket, those belt loops, what they're called, belt loops. All right, so it is different, and it's because, like I said, this was not, it's just not. I can pull this back, but still he has to, I don't want to get into that. The way they make these, like I said, these are super articulated. So they can take these unrealistic dynamic poses. So costume, we've got that. I'm satisfied with that. And I was supposed to show you the shapes, you know, not just draw it, just show you the shapes as well as I was drawing it. All right, so I had to stop for a second. I'm sitting here looking at this, and as I said, it's just hard for me to draw wrong because you cannot drop your head lower than your shoulders. Your shoulders, your head. If this is his back, his top of his head is almost below that. So anyway, I'm not going to complain about how it is, because the neck has got to, yeah, the neck has got to be, and the neck is right up under your collarbone. Let me show you this, because I did this in the last thing. You got to have your traps, your delts, traps, yeah, trapezius muscle. They come up here and right under the bottom of the neck, and they have this little triangle piece, and there's your spine. And your neck can only go so far down. So this is be like the rest of your neck, and your chin is out here, depending on how big a neck you have. So you cannot drop your head past your shoulder, because your neck connects. Here is your torso, center line, collarbone, right here. Your neck connects right here at the center of that collarbone and goes up, and then there's your head. So that neck is, no matter how far you bend over, that neck is going to be right here, and that head can only drop so much below that collarbone, but your shoulders are going to still be there. You can't have your shoulders up here unless you're some massive Hulk kind of person, and you'd have to be bent way over, and he's not bent way over. So I just thought I'd throw that a little anatomy lesson in there before I continue to draw this and like saying to myself, I can't, how can I do that? I can't do that. So yeah, let me finish this up real quick. Yeah. So we have the chest, of course, like I said, the chest is going to pull down. That's the two things about toys. The chest won't pull when you lift your arm up, and these won't. Where's, I had to look at, he's right over here. This hard piece right here, show you, all toys have this little hard shoulder, and when you put your arm up, this hard shoulder does not move. This hard part does not move. It's supposed to go up, and the same way this chest is supposed to pull too. That's the only bad thing about toys, that it just doesn't do right. So, but I'm going to continue since his head is down. This is as far as I'm going to take his head. I should even lift it up, but no. Too much time, too much energy into the lesson. So there you have your body part. And as I said, I'm sorry, I was supposed to just tell you like oval, you know, the tuna can, upside down house. But as I drew this the first time, I was seeing that it wasn't right. It was like every time I would tell you guys, but you're not going to hear that one because I'm not going to put that one up. I would see, oh, okay, this is not because this is that, and this is not because this is that. And I said, okay, I can't put this up, even though I drew it and I inked it, and I was like, yeah. So this is just that. Even this is really hard. It should be down here somewhere because that arm has to be really pinched to do that. But I'm going to leave it. As I said, time-wise, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it and stop complaining. Finish the drawing, Brian. Okay, fine. So I have to get a picture of Wolverine's costume. This nose, this mouth should be right up under that nose because it is, his head is leaning over. And I'm going to speed this up because this is just the detail part. All right, so this is as far as I'm going to go with the Wolverine, but yet I'm still going. I hadn't planned on going this far with it in the first place. I just wanted to show you guys the basic shapes to take when you draw something. And yes, the claw's kind of messed up because I had so many pencil lines. My ink pen ran into my the wrong pencil lines. So since I colored everything else with these lines, I figured I might as well finish and color the glove. But yeah, that's it. Showing you can draw anything using the lines. Get your head straight, Brian. Get off the Wolverine picture and close out this video. I don't want to go back into this drawing. As I said, I did it my way so that I could do it my way. But I'm going to close this out because I keep saying I am, but I keep playing with it. And that should be shaded because of that. Get off the picture, Brian. Get off the picture. Yeah, anyway, like I said, the claw's kind of messed up because all the pencil lines and my ink pen, this is a 005, and the point is no longer any good. No excuses. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Any kind of comment. And then I'll see you guys in the next video.